Nabaté, what do you want to talk to me about? You got me all the way over here. You better ask me something interesting.
A very intriguing project, a film that is coming out later this year that you wrote the screenplay for.
Actually, I think it's not coming out till next year. But
Oh, really? So they're not going to try to get it out before Oscar, Oscar?
I think they're trying to make it for next Oscar.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not in my control, but I mean, it's a funny thing about writing screenplays. You write the screenplay, and you're the only person, sort of like you and the piece of paper, and you type it up and you give it in. And it's not like my other kind of work, like when I write books or even magazine articles. I mean, then as soon as the other guys, the directors, and they get their hands on it, I mean, like, forget it. I don't even know what's in the movie anymore.
Even the actors, like.
Joe Pesci is in this. Well, the movie. Let me tell you a little bit about the movie. The movie's called Love Ranch, and it's called Love. It's based on a true story. Anybody out there who remembers the Mustang Ranch? I'm sure some people do. The Mustang Ranch was run by a guy named Jacobson 40, and Jacobson 40 was the first legal whorehouse in Nevada. It was kind of tolerated, but they never had any real legal whorehouses. And he was really like a big shot kind of guy with a big cigar. He was actually on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine.
That's right.
1972. Magazine. So and he was married to this woman named Sally Burgess. The movie. What's in the movie and what really happened in real life, I have a hard time remembering which is which. So don't quote me on any of this stuff. But anyhow, he was married to this woman, and she was older than him, and she kind of like kept a low profile, and she ran the whorehouse and took care of the girls and did all the stuff and had the money, and he'd walk around with a cigar like a tough guy, And at a certain point, he decided he wanted to expand his business, so he ran into a heavyweight fighter named Oscar Bonavena, which some people, fight fans, probably remember him. He fought Ali, he fought Joe Frazier, he fought a lot of guys. He was like a top 10, not top, but top 10.
10, yeah.
Top, tough guy.
And he would have been a heavyweight champion now, probably, I mean, because the 70s, the heavyweight division was...
Yeah, probably. I mean, there were a lot of good fighters at that time. But he wasn't really very talented, but he could hit hard, and he was rugged, and he was like dirty, and he was, he was a good fighter. He was like a much better John Ruiz, right?
Exactly, right.
So
John Ruiz, yeah.
Ruiz, but he was good, and so in any event, but it was near the end of his career, and I guess, well, in the movie anyhow, the Conforti figure, who's named Charlie Bontempo in the film, he runs into this guy in the Vegas casino, and he's losing, of course, So he's hey, and then the guy in the movie is named Armando Bruza. And he says, "Oh, aren't you Bruza?" He's a guy from Argentina. So the deal comes down that he says, "Look, you come up to Reno, where my place is. You can train at the ranch. You can do whatever you want with the girls, and we'll have this fight, and then we'll try to get a rematch with Ali because." The real Oscar Bonavena actually lasted to the 15th round.
Right.
Muhammad Ali, he did. So this is sort of like the driving force of the movie. So the guy comes up there, and he's like a kind of good time guy. The way the real guy was named Ringo, and he was like a crazy kind of guy. And this guy's a little like that. And he comes up there, and he's hanging out with the girls a little bit, but he really hits it off with Charlie Bontempo's wife, who was played by Helen Mirren, the famous actress, Academy Award-winning actress.
That's right.
And the Charlie Bontempo figure, this guy with the cigar, is played by the perfect guy, Joe Pesci. So Joe Pesci hasn't been in a movie for quite some time.
That's
and
right.
He came back because he liked the script, and so now you got this guy, we found this young Spanish actor to play the Armando Bruza part, and he's great. He's really
and what's his name?
His name is Sergio Perez Manchata.
Okay.
And he's fantastic. He's he holds his own.
He's on the cusp, and he's on the cusp of like really maybe getting some stardom like Javier Bardem, maybe like.
Well, we were trying to get Javier Bardem to be in the movie, but then he got too big. So this is the way it goes. So I just called up my friend, and the only one guy I know in the European movie business. I said, like, well, if you couldn't get Javier Bardem, who would you get? And he says, why don't you try this guy? He's really good. So
Yeah.
I talked to the director of the film, who's Taylor Hackford, who's actually married to Helen Mirren, who made Ray and a bunch of other movies.
Right. And a great sports sequences in his films, like the Roy Jones scene in Devil's Advocate is nice. You know, how
and he also made When We Were Kings.
That's right, We Were Kings, and
He edited one.
and Against All Odds about the retired football player.
Yeah. So like, he's into sports and music and stuff like that. So Taylor's he's a good guy, Taylor. We've had our differences, but we got along okay. And, so, like,
yeah, you say that's most directors.
He's the king, and it's just the way it's going to be.
That's right, exactly.
So if you don't mind him being the king, you'll get along with him fine. But anytime you decide that like you disagree with him, you know, then you can like you better be ready to go into the arena. You know?
Multiple punches. Yeah.
Well, I landed a few. So, anyway, so I got this guy, and so we watched his reel, and we thought he was good. You know, so we took him, and hired him, and he was great in the film. So actually, I'm going out this 24th of July. I'm going out to see the first.
First cut.
Okay. You know, so it'll be interesting because I heard that.
Rough cut, yeah.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what's in there and what isn't in there. You know, as the writer of the film, you never really know. In any event, like what happens basically, so like you know the fighter and the old wife, the old neglected wife, they fall in love, and they start to have this rip-roaring love affair. You know, which is kind of interesting. But she got all this fake love. You know, like paying for love an hour at a time.
Right.
Then you got these other two people who are actually really in love. And then, when when Joe Pesci finds out about it, he's not too happy about this. So, like, you know, one thing leads to another. I won't. You probably could figure out what happens, but I won't.
He's not going to say like a Ronnie Davidson, Dangerfield, take my wife, please. He's not going to say that.
He's not the kind of guy.
He's not that type of guy.
Not that kind of guy. So, you know, anyhow, so that's what. And so, and they shot the film. They shot the film in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is where they make a lot of movies now. And. And, you know, I've seen some of it. It looks really good. I mean, I'm pretty hopeful it'll be good.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. You never know about these kind of things.
Wow.
I mean, with movies, I always feel like, you know, when I pay my $10 and sit down and the thing actually opens up and I see my name on the screen, then I'll believe it really happened. Until then, I really, like, you know, you never know. So, because it's just a weird business.